YouTube, what's happening? CJ the Detail Guy. Just back with another little video. Let y'all see what I got going on here today. My last video, I asked y'all, what y'all thought I should do about my little situation with my partner on his 66 Impala, or should I go for another G-body? I have two G-bodies already. I got a T-top Cutlass 83, and I got a hard top Cutlass 83. One's already done, one in the process of being done. Then I had a couple cats come to me with two different Monte Carlos for sale. One was an 83 first year SS Impala, Monte Carlo, and the other was an 86 Monte Carlo, bucket seats, shifter in the floor, already got a 350 in it, got a 350 trans, but it need a lot of body work. He got a lot done, but he kind of band-aided, so I would have to go back over everything and get everything done. So his price tag on that one, the 86, was $45. The price tag on that other Monte Carlo, which need a lot of work, was $25. And then I had this situation with my buddy, my brother, basically, we grew up together, where he had started a build on a 1966 Chevy Impala, two-door, hardtop, 327 motor, and he kind of hit a standstill on it years ago. He parked it up, and it pretty much, the weather got back to it. He was telling me about certain things he had done to it. So, I was like, all right, cool. So I was able to check out some of it when I went to pick it up the other day. We worked out a deal where he gonna let me get that Impala with all the parts, the motor, everything, for a really good price, less than what I would have paid for the Monte Carlo, the 86 Monte Carlo. Yeah, I gotta build it though. But a lot of the work's been done on the car, but it's gotta get retouched. Everything gotta get retouched. But what he did to it way back then has saved it from where it's been at now for the last probably 15 years, 15 years. I wanna say 15 years. The engine's been sitting at the engine builder's shop. He has the hood, the interior, the motor, the motor's at the engine builder, the transmission, he has a transmission, which is a 700 R4, and some knick-knack things that he was gonna throw on the car. But a lot of the stuff was already in the car when I picked the car up. I told y'all that he had redid the frame on this one, so it was a frame off build, so it got all new body bushes on it. But it was a frame off build where he had a frame from another 66. And before he put it on this one, he had that frame cleaned up real good, and he had it rhino lined. If anybody know about that rhino liner from back in the day, they was putting it on thick, putting it on good. So he had that done. So the frame is saved, the frame in tip-top shape. But what he also did was, with all the suspension parts that he was going to reuse, he had all those parts cleaned up real good and powder coated. So that saved a lot of the suspension parts. But then on top of that, he wanted to bag this car. So he had the car already bagged. All of the bags are at all four corners. They got to be plumbed now, and probably reworked a little bit, especially the cups. The cups picked up some rust, but the bags seem to be in pretty good shape. So we might reuse those bags. He had the air tanks in here, but of course sitting in the open for years, they done got rusty. But it ain't nothing that can't be, repaired. The tanks, you can sandblast the tanks and have them powder coated. So I'm already thinking that's what I might do. But it was a whole lot of other stuff that was in the car that the weather got to. So I'm gonna turn around and show y'all this car real quick, y'all, and we'll see where we go from here. All right, so there with the car. Yeah, I remember the last time I showed you, it was packed up with a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of trees. So I've been able to get over here and start clearing it out. Clearing it out. So he said he had to redo the driver's side floors. So you could tell that that's been done. He left out the drains on all of them, which was probably a good thing because when the water was coming in here, it drained out. But we do have a problem. That back floor, and I was able to get these doors open too. That back floor, a little hole started there. And that started because it actually had a tree limb kind of lay down in the car and start eating on the car a little bit. So that was one of the patches that was fixed. So I got to go back in and get that fixed. And then if you can see right up front right there, another little tree started coming in, poking through on that passenger side firewall. Let me show y'all that from the front. It's down low right there. Maybe you can see it right there. You see where the light coming through? That's on the firewall. All right. So that got to get repaired. The one in the back got to be repaired. And then when you look at this front end, you see he already had started smoothing out the firewall. Smoothing that firewall out. So we got to get all of that reworked, finished up, and cleaned up real good. You know, it was a lot. The steering column I haven't found yet. I haven't opened the trunk yet. But a lot of the parts that's in the car, and as I said, you can see the frame here, how it's been rhino lined all the way around the whole frame. Got new bushings on it. Here's your bags with your powder coated. You see how the cups done rusted? So they probably caused some issues with those bags. So we might have to redo this or just change the suspension altogether. But I kind of like what he did with the bagging it. And I watched a few videos of the guys that have bagged these. Oh, they look so sweet. So I'm gonna rethink this as I go with this. This project ain't gonna be no quick project. Let me tell y'all that right now. This project ain't gonna be no quick project. This is something that's gonna take a while to do. I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna do a little at a time. I ain't trying to break the bank with this one. Like I said, it's already been framed off. So a lot of the body work got to get done, which means we may have to take it back off the frame to clean it back up good. The rear window area has been worked already, but we're gonna have to rework it again. But let's look at some of these parts. So we got the front lower clip or front hood clip there on the front. Still got to get the core support. Don't know where that's at yet. We got core support hood latch, the hood hinges, window, and I got to find the other one. I'm not sure where that one is. He must have that, or it might be in the trunk. Got the steering box, front link, the engine harness right there. He detached it from the wall. Let me show you. See where it was detached? He detached it from there. So that 327, this is the engine harness to that. Plug right back in like it's supposed to. Here go the end fitting right there. So that's the engine harness. You got your dashboard parts, your bezels and things. You got the actual dashboard there, the pad. The glove box is ate up real bad. We probably gonna have to get a new glove box. A lot of the little bezels and things like that, the horns, the trim, all of the trim is here. All of the trim is here. Trim is here. There's the drive shaft to it, y'all. Powder coated. Like I said, that saved this. Getting it powder coated saved it. Probably still gonna have to get some work done to it. Probably get it rebalanced. And here's the fenders. The two fenders that was worked, they was on the inside of the car, but of course, you know, rain got to it, so we got some rust on them. A poke out right there. I'm not sure what that is. We're gonna get that figured out. But here's the both fenders. Like I said, they both have been reworked, but they were reworked a while ago, and sitting in that element kind of jacked it up a little bit. You can see where some of the filler there broke through, so we're gonna get that off there anyway. We don't want that anyway. But like I said, all the trim. So far I found one of the rear brake covers, which we probably gonna change that anyway. Got the cross member there, the rear suspension lower control arms, the visors. That was the pipes that was on it. The tail end pipes, a set of wheel dollies. What else we got? Let's look up here, y'all. A little small knick-knack stuff. So all the light bezels and things are here. We got a lot of the symbols. A lot of the symbol things there. The little bezels and things. Bezels here. We got the Impala symbol. We got that. 327 fittings. We got those. Both of them for both sides. The other one there. We got the Chevy symbols here. Got both of those. Both of those. And I was finding all this stuff as I was going through the car. So, like I said, we got all of the little emblems. Then I was finding little by little all the little lettering. The little Impala letters. Little by little. The P, the M, the A's, the P, another P, the L, the I's, all the little stuff. The original window roll-ups, the handles, got those. The floor patches, was finding all of those. More trim. More trim. We put that over here, so I don't lose that. But a lot of stuff was in the car. We got the radio bezels for up front in the dash or on the doors. Let's see if I can pull that. Right there, you got both sides. Again, more trim. All the headlight. Let's see if I can get over to it. But like all of the little headlight pieces, got those. Got those. So that's both front side, both sides. Now the headlight ones are for the back. They're still on the car. Y'all see that? They still on the car. So he has the bumpers for the front and the back. They're clean. They've been in storage this whole time. So the bumpers are straight front and back. Like I said, I gotta find the core support, figure out where that is. He got some extra, I think I put them somewhere, bushings. Had some more bushings and washers that I was finding. You see little small bushings. Got bags of bushings right here for this car. Got the rear brake, drum brakes. Like I said, more bushings. Everything through there. A whole bunch of screws. The door latches. The cigarette lighter for the car. The original cigarette lighter. I just kicked the trunk latch. The trunk latch there. Now this one went to the Cadillac. And he was telling me about that, but we're gonna have to figure that out, figure something different out with that one. Cause this one's supposed to make the trunk close, soft close. But we're gonna have to figure that one out again. So we'll figure that out as time go. But I still gotta go through the back trunk area. He has a strap over there that I gotta cut to open up the trunk. But in the trunk so far, what I found is the suspension pieces that's been powder coated. So we're gonna figure that out. I'm thinking about rewiring this whole car, y'all. You see it still got the ignition switch on it. Um, all of the dashboard pieces for the instrument clusters, all that stuff is there. It's wired up like it's supposed to be, y'all, all the way through to the back. So it's a project. All of this stuff you see on here, this is moss. I'll be able to pressure wash all this stuff off and have a solid gray primed car. All right, solid gray prime car. When you look at stuff like the door jambs and stuff like that, all the door jambs been worked. They've been closed all these years, so they holding up. They just need to be touched again. So all of that stuff, I ain't worried about it. I got a partner that does really good body work. So I'm gonna send this to him and see what he can do. See what kind of price he'll give me on doing this. But like I said, look at the door jambs on this side. Clean, just dirt. Had a lot of mud and stuff on them. You see the jambs, dirt all the way through. You see I got dirt right there. I got to get all that off. Got to blow out these doors. But you see, still got a lot of the stuff in the car. Of course, the dash area there, that's metal. So, you know, that don't really come out. You just got to work that and clean that up real good. But she coming along, y'all. You can see it ain't really bad in here. It's not really bad. A lot of surface rust. And once I pressure wash this stuff and get most of this mud and these bugs and stuff up out of it, I'll be able to really see what's going on. And a lot of this interior here, I'll be able to treat all of the inside of this stuff with the rust converter and get all of that out of there. If you can see in the doors, he already had the doors sprayed. He had the doors already lined, and I just noticed that. So ain't no rust in them doors. You see that? So he was doing his thing on this car little by little. So if you can see inside that door, you can see it's already been sprayed with a liner. And that liner has kept that door, both doors. So he was doing his thing. My man was doing his thing. That's my man's style. He was doing his thing. So we're going to have to just pick up where he left off at and make it right. Here's the 2 tanks for the air ride. And as I said, they're rusted out. They're rusted, but you know, if I wanted to keep these, I could have them sandblasted and powder coated and cleaned up and looking really, really good. So that part I ain't worried about. But I'm gonna figure out how to get this trunk open, because as you can tell, there ain't no key on there. He done shaved the trunk. Had the trunk shaved for that lock piece. So, oh, one other thing. Let me show y'all this other thing. This piece right here, that is hard to find. Y'all see that? That piece right there, you talking about hard to find? That's the piece that go here. And put it on right. That's the piece that will go right there. Found it. So got to just clean it up and shoot, we'll be in the money. Like I said, everything else is here. Tail lights is on. They're on. They're not all broken up. Just need some cleaning up and some refabbing on them. But everything else is here. Look at that frame. Look at that frame on there, y'all. Still in tip shape. So if push come to shove, what we'll do, we'll get this car back up off the frame and get the entire body worked and cleaned up. So feel kind of lucky. I told my boy, because he literally was telling me to scrap this car, man. He couldn't figure out what to do with it. The people that he was relying on kind of failed him. You know what I mean? And he came to me with it. You know, I'm limited on space. So I didn't want to promise him that I'll be able to help him out and then, you know, have to renege on it. So I kind of was, not really trying to make a big deal or make any promises right away. But, so he was trying to figure out what he could do, and in that time he wasn't able to. And I just thought about, my boy, and a lot of my partners, so like I told him when he called and told me just scrap the car, I told him, man, I can't do that, bro. Like, you done put too much time and money into this car for me to just say, man, send it to the scrap yard. Scrap yard gonna give you like $100. You know what I'm saying, for the car. That's how they do. So I told him, I said, the best thing I could do is this. I get the car from you, you know what I'm saying, and I try to finish it. It's gonna take some time, but I'll try to finish it. But the good thing will be it's still in the family. So if he ever got his situation straight and he wanted to get the car back, hey, we could work out a deal. Same way he worked it out for me, we could work something out for him. The car be finished though, or close to finished, hopefully, by the time he ready to do something with it. And then by then, like I told him, bro, you want the car back, you can get it. But I ain't feeling right just saying, hey, let's throw it in the trash. Let's just send it to the scrap yard. Can't do that, bro. So we gonna work it out. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna store it as long as I can, as far as, without really doing too much to it. But the main thing I wanna do is at least clean it up, get the weather off of it, get the season from 10 years ago, 15 years ago off the car. So this is all of the leaves so far and trash that I done got out this car so far. Look at all them leaves, all that stuff there. A lot of this stuff I'm gonna have to clean it up, but little by little I just been sweeping out all of the junk that was in this car, making sure I find all the little parts that go to this car, so I can make sure I have what I possibly gonna need. Like I said, my next task now is getting ready to go into this trunk and figure out exactly what's in this trunk. But I just noticed that the rear panels is still in the car. Now see them? With the light still attached. Now definitely gotta get a new headliner. And the crazy part about that, I just noticed, he got all of the, I didn't even realize it. You saw them little rails? The little rails, 1, 2, 3, 4, that hold up the headliner. He got brand new ones right here and in the bags. Brand new ones. Damn, my boy was working it out, man. So it's a project. It's a lot of stuff here. What I'm doing really is, I'm gauging what I'm gonna have to buy, what I'm gonna have to purchase over the years. And y'all already know with this car, any of my cars, man, I done started researching this car and checking a lot of different designs out on this car. Boy, this car nasty. These cars are nasty, and people want these cars. I mean, it even has the rally wheels on it. Division, was it Chevy Motor Division? Looking good. So, yeah, I think we did something. So I noticed that a lot of the trim is still here. Where the stuff at? I sat them somewhere. Oh, the trays for all of the molding and stuff like that, weather stripping trays. That stuff is all here as well. So now what we gotta do is compare. So I got this stuff here, that stuff over there, and whatever's in the trunk. So now me and him gotta sit down and figure out how to get the rest of the stuff here from Ohio. That's the next move. I don't know if I'm gonna have to drive out there, have to send some type of shipping company out there. But we got to get all the rest of the stuff here to the car to try to see what we got going on with this car. All right, steering column's not here. Got to figure that out. So it's a lot we got to do with this car. So we're gonna work that out as time comes. But y'all seeing it from the beginning stages. Stick in with me. It's gonna take some time, but stick in with me, y'all. We'll figure this thing out. All my other projects, I'm gonna get them done pretty much first before I really start on this. I will be doing little things at a time to try to get it close. And then we're gonna go from there, y'all. So This season of detail guy, y'all know what time it is. When I got some more, y'all know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit you back. I'm gone. 1966 Chevy Impala, 327 on the way. Gone. All the way gutted out now, y'all. All the way gutted out. I ended up finding the core support in the trunk. Everything in the trunk. Got a hole in the trunk though over there, y'all. Y'all see it. So I gotta do a trunk floor pan, a passenger side floor pan, but I got the core support right there. What else was in the trunk? Oh, some more steering stuff. The steering box. A few more things was in the trunk. Some tools. Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, got it. Now I'm gonna take the pressure washer to it. Pressure wash the inside of it. Pressure wash the whole car. Get all that stuff up out of it. Then I'm gonna get the rust converter, and I'm gonna spray this whole interior, the roof, the everything, the trunk floors, everything. I'm gonna spray it with rust converter and let it sit for a few days. Try to convert that rust that's in here on the floors and stuff. And then shoot, we're gonna go from there. But I'm just gonna prep it and get it prepped to the point where it's decent. The whole trunk's not messed up. It's just this part right here, and right there actually. You can see it. So it's not the whole floor pan, so I could patch it, but I think I might go look and see what a floor pan actually costs for one of these cars, and see what what I might be able to do with that. So right now, what I need is a trunk floor pan, a rear passenger floor pan, and I need to get this part patched up here on the front wall right there on the passenger side. Then the rest of everything else is good to go. All right, so I'm gonna start small and crawl up to a walk to a job, y'all. So ready to go. She chilling. I got all of the trim sorted out. All the emblems are in there. Got those sorted out. I got the wire harness sorted out. So this is the engine harness. That's the negative wire to the battery, and then that's to the I want to say the dashboard and stuff like that. So it's coming along. You know me, man. I got to get organized. So had to see what's going on with it. It's coming along. So we're gonna see what's up next. But I'm gonna get them floors and things done. I need to get it up on a lift so I can see what's going on up under it. Because right now it's sitting so low. The only other thing I could do is try to take those air lines, change the fittings on them, and hook my air compressor up and get the front lifted, the back lifted, so we can get it up off the ground a little bit. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. This Caesar the detail guy. Just back a little more detail on it. All right, I hit you when I got some more. Gone. 66 Chevy Impala 327. Gone.